Good evening, everyone. My name is Keshi Muthoi, NBPS alumni class of 2001. I welcome you all to this day's webinar. NBPS in Diaspora, Peter, who's based in the UK. Peter is class of 98. His name is Peter Wilberforce Minor, and he serves in the military there. And we also have Njeri, who is a well-known alumni who's been attending different events, class of 2016, and he'll be telling us more about his experience, all that. We are also expecting Dr. Bancy in the next 1 or 2 minutes. So I'll allow my guests, Peter and Haggee, to introduce themselves briefly so that you get to know who they are, so that as the session goes on, we can engage with them in the comment section. Guys, engage with us there. We're looking forward to an engaging session. So if you have any question, any comment, put it in the comment section. We are going to tackle them at the end of the session. So Peter, we start with you. What you do, where you're based, and just a few insights in regards to.
Good evening there. My name is Peter Wilberforce Minor. I was in class NBPS in 1998, from 95 to 98. Finished 98, and I moved on to UK in 2005, where I came to join the military. I've been in the military since 2007. This is my 17th year, and I work in logistics. So anything you have about, obviously, this is called Commonwealth. Commonwealth, they do recruit from Commonwealth, and Kenya is one of the countries that they recruit from. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you might have with my knowledge, or I can get back to you if I can't answer any of the questions that you might have. Thank you.
Thank you so much. As we wait for Haggee to join, I also see Prudence is online. Prudence, would you mind unmuting yourself and share with the alumni where you're based and how you would like to add to this topic? Prudence, are you there? Can you hear me?
Hello. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
As we wait for Prudence to sort out her connection, probably Peter, since you're the only one in this session, I know a lot of people are wondering, I see Prudence has joined. So Prudence, could you unmute yourself? You're still on mute. Could you unmute yourself? You are still muted, Prudence. Hi, Prudence. I've just added her back, so just a moment. Okay, Prudence, are you able to speak now?
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hi, Prudence.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know whether you can hear me too.
Yes, I can hear you. Could you just introduce yourself and tell us where you're based and what you do?
So I'm Prudence Mugo. I'm class of 2009. I'm based in UK, so I work as a nurse there.
Yes. Just let me know yes or no in the comment section. And as we get the people to connect, my panelists to connect back, could you maybe Haggee, can you hear me?
Yes, Betty. Sorry, yes, Keshe, I can hear you loud and clear.
It's Keshi. Great. It seems we have connection problems, but kindly please introduce yourself and just tell us your class, introduce yourself, tell us the class you are at NBPS, and also in summary, some of the insights you'd like to share with regards to today's topic.
It's okay, Keshi. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Peter, I hope I'm audible. All right, thank you, Mr. Peter. So, my name is Haggee Jamuma Branham. I'm the class rep from the class of 2016. Basically, I'm joining on behalf of the NBPS Alumni Association. From those people listening from Maseno University, I'm still a student. I'm a third year in Maseno University. I'm pursuing a Bachelor in Arts, International Relations, and Diplomacy with IT. So today I'm going to share my experiences of abroad. I've been to Qatar and I've been to the States. States specifically Chicago, Colorado, and the Texas. So basically, I'm going to talk about how to prepare for these visa interviews when you approach the American embassy, and also the pros and the cons and the demystifying life in the abroad. Thank you so much. I hope this is going to be an interactive session, and I'm glad to share my experiences. Thank you. Keshi, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Haggee, so much. So, Peter, I know a lot of people are wondering, could you give us your experience, how how you applied to be in the military? Just take us through the process, and if anyone is interested to join, what are the requirements? How long does it take to prepare for this? Yeah, give us a breakdown of all that, because we want to look at this from the point of view of education as well as for the point of view of careers. Peter?
Hello there. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you.
Hello.
Hello, Peter. We can hear you.
I'm not too sure why.
Please go ahead. We can hear you.
So can't hear you. No.
Hey, Peter, we could
Hello,
hear you. Could you speak? We could already hear you when you spoke. Yes, we can. Peter, can you hear me? Okay. Haggee leo ni ile siku. Hakuna mtu anasikika. So Haggee, probably in your own experience as a young person, what is the process like applying for the visas? Because a lot of people I know have been denied visas here and there. So what has your process been like? Is it that you have family in the US, or do you visit there? Do you go there to, because I know you've gone to the US severally. So could you give us your experience of how the visa application process has been, and some of the insights that you can share with people who are planning to travel there for whatever purpose they're planning to?
Okay, thank you so much, Keshi, for giving me this opportunity. Am I audible before I start sharing my experience in this application? Am I audible? All right. All right, thank you so much. So as I started saying, I'm called Haggee, Jamuma Brahma. Yes, I remember when I was applying for my 5 years visa in the American Embassy based in Nairobi. Of course, I went there as a young person because while I was applying for my J1 visa, I'm sure Dr. Bancy is going to tell us more about the different types of the visas. So the kind of visas that I've been using is the J1 visa. That one shows you're just going there for maybe a cultural experience, or more of economic experience, something like that. So yes, in order for you to prepare for a visa, because when I was applying for my visa, I was still under 18. Yeah, God willing, I started traveling when I was at a young age. So while I was applying for my visa, I had to appear before the embassy of the United States of America with my parents. And yes, I want to ask somebody once asked me such kind of a question, and I think it's the right time I'm going to answer. Like, how am I supposed to apply for this visa? So, for you people to apply for a visa, you need a J1 visa. I'm having problem with my network today. It's not a friendly day, but I just hope I can share the type of J1 visa, the way it looks like. Yes, it might not be that clear. I'm just trying to share my screen, but I'm finding challenges. But a J1 visa somehow looks like this. I don't know if it's audible. Nayona. Yes. So that's a J1 visa. So if you are going to the States just for tourism, just going there on own stuff, family issues, personal visit, you need a J1 visa. A J1 visa is something that looks like that. So, number one, you're supposed to appear there before the panelists or the people who are doing your interview, and you have to show high level of confidence because yes, you are going there for tourism. The first time I was there in I think it was on 2017 when I was going to enjoy the snow mountains of Pikes Peak Mountain in Colorado Springs. And therefore, I had an uncle who is living drive address, and he's the one who invited me to the States because when you are appearing in front of the interview panel at the US Embassy, they are going to ask you, yes, you want us to give you a visa. Where are you going? And you must have a physical evidence because for my case, I had an invitation letter. So if you're just going there for a normal visit, tourism visit, you must have an invitation letter. And the invitation letter contains the address of the person who is inviting you to the place. And for instance, I went to say hi to my uncle and of course to my cousins living at the States. So he's called Barack Okal. He's the one who invited me, and I had to appear before the panel with the invitation letter. So you also have to show them that you are going to come back. You are just going there for a normal visit and you're going to come back, meaning you must have your return letter back because most people claim they are going to the States just for a normal visit. They go there and they won't come back. And that's one thing that the State Department of the US does not like. So for you to prove to them that you're just going for a visit so that they can grant you the visa, Yes, you have to have the invitation letter back. And yes, it depends with country. For the States, for example, if you are going there for 1 month, they can give you a 1 month visa. Then after 1 month, the visa is over. If you're just going there for 2 months or 2 weeks, depending with the duration that you want to spend your time in the States, they are strictly going to give you that. But while I was applying for my visa, I got privileged. I was just going there for just a normal vacation, and it was this time whereby people walikuwa wamefunga shule. You get what I'm saying? And that's basically 2 months. So while I was going there, because of the confidence I had, because I had all the legal documents required, I was granted a 5 years visa, and it just expired recently. So for you, what I was trying to say, it depends with the country that you want to go. For Italy, for example, Italy guys are very, very strict. You are going there for 2 weeks, just 2 weeks is enough. Norway is also another country that is very, very strict. You are just going there for 1 month, then they're strictly going to give you the 1 month visa. But for me, for the US is friendly because when Obama came to Kenya the other time, and Kenya had good diplomatic relations and ties between Kenya and the States. So that is where we got there's the kind of advantage. Let me say that was some of the advantage that I got. And they saw the Mzungu guy who was doing me an interview saying, "Oh, okay, so you are going to travel along the States?" I was like, "Yeah." No parents accompanying me. I was like, "Yeah, then we trust you, so I'm going to give you a visa today." Then after 1 week, I had to go and pick my visa at the FedEx. So basically, it's how you go about when you're applying for the visa. There's a green card. Dr. Banks is going to explain that there's a green card, there's a B1 visa, there's a J1 visa. The one that I've been using is a J2 visa. Thank you so much, Keshi. I return the floor back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Haggee. My apologies, today's connection is going horribly bad, and I've just seen Dr. Bancy was here, but she's signed out. So Peter, Peter, how you would be interested in just in the comment best run this. So Peter, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Hello there.
Yes, Peter, we can hear you. Proceed.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello,
My
David.
apologies once again, guys. I think people are having connection problems. Peter, could you please go ahead before
Yeah.
there is a problem with
Yeah.
connection again?
Apologies, I don't know what's happening. This is the first time I'm using this platform, so but yeah, apologies, and my obviously experience of applying for a visa and join the military. I applied to join the military in 2005. At first, it was online, in a cyber cafe. I saw a pop up, come in, join the British Army, and I clicked on it. And little did I know that I put my details, and 2 months later, I had a letter on post with an application form, and I filled the application form, sent me to my doctor, to get this doctor to verify that I had certain, injections and all that, medical history, and then I turned up. Then I had an invitation to come and try the interview here in UK. But at that time, you had to have a sponsor, that you knew in UK to accommodate you during your selection period here in UK. Unfortunately, I didn't have someone that I knew at that time, so the time lapsed, and my application was expired. But I didn't give up. Went back online. A year later, this was 2006. I applied again, and this time I was lucky enough to have a sponsor, who could sponsor me here back in the UK. With a visa invite, okay, there's a few catch, that they actually, look when you go to apply for a visa. Oh no, not apply for apply for a visa, because you get an invitation letter by the army, but they don't guarantee you to get a visa. So you have to do that by yourself. But they give you that letter. It's up to you now to justify, or prove yourself, to the British High Commission that actually, you deserve that visa. And a few things that they did look at was the visa application itself. What did I want it for? Yes, I had an invitation letter to come and join the military, but it wasn't guaranteed. It was only a trial. I was coming for selection. If I failed that selection, I had to guarantee them that I'll be going back to Kenya. And yeah, that is the commitment. At that time, I was in Mombasa Polytechnic. So I told them, when I come, if I don't succeed in joining the British Army, I will just go back and carry on with my studies. And also said stuff like, obviously family commitments, that my family is back home, and obviously, I just said, my parents, need me with the management, the management of our farm. The other thing is they looked at is the income, because you're expected to be able to sustain yourself here, for 6 months, up to 6 months.
Everyone, please allow us to take a 10-minute break as we sort out connection problems, because I'm the one live streaming, but it seems that we are having connection problems. Haggee, can you hear Peter, or he's also frozen on your end?
Yes, Keshi, I can hear Peter loud and clear.
Internet.
Yeah. Can everyone else hear me?
Honey.
Hello?
Dr. Bancy, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Haggee, could you hear Peter clearly?
Yes.
Hi,
Yes, I
Dr.
could
Bancy,
listen.
karibu sana. Internet problems. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Okay. I hope everyone got a chance to hear what Peter said. Thank you. I see. Thanks, Dr. Bidan. He said he heard Peter well. So, Dr. Bancy, karibu sana. I will allow you to introduce yourself, and as you do that, I'll project your presentation on the screen, because time has really gone, and I want to go right in. So, karibu sana, Bancy.
I'm saying I think it's my internet.
Go ahead, we can hear you. Just introduce yourself as I'm projecting your presentation on the screen. Okay, I guess it's Dr. Bancy who has a problem with the connection, so I'll just bring back Peter and Jamuma. As we wait, sorry guys, as we wait for Dr. Bancy to join again, Maybe we can discuss. First, I'll tell the people who are watching us, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions regarding visa applications, relocating to either the US or the UK, or traveling there for holiday, I know how crazy it is, especially for visa applications, and about what you need to prepare in terms of documents, invitation letters, and all that. So maybe for Peter, there are people who are interested, and I don't know, just to share with someone, can you move from a Kenyan military and you know and get adopted there? Just share your insights in terms of the military career there and how different it might be with other countries, in your own experience, as we wait for Bancy.
It's a good question. In the gut, you can't serve two nations. You have to. You can't be a soldier of two nations. So yeah, it can only be one. So you have to give your notice to terminate in Kenya. In order to join the British. The British, they do a security check, and so there's some jobs that you can't do until the 5 year have lapsed. So and you got your security clearance. So yes, you can join, but you have to terminate your service in Kenya Army or Kenyan. Yeah, you can join another. You can join from another military. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you. Dr. Bancy, are you ready?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Oh my goodness. I am so sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Connection problems everywhere. So I'm just projecting your screen.
Okay.
The presentation you shared with us. So first, maybe start by introducing yourself. Let us know where you're based, when you went to the US, and then now we can project your presentation. Go ahead, Bancy.
All right. My name's Bancy Mwangi. I am a 1993 alumni from Nyandarua Boarding Primary School, and I came to the US in 2009. What else? So currently, I came in 2009 and then pursued some courses for nursing. So I'm pretty much in the medical field. What else do you guys want to know? Sorry. Are you there?
I guess that sums it up.
Yeah,
so
let me.
Projecting your presentation because
yes,
I'm seeing time has really flown. Could you just take us through?
Yeah, I apologize. I don't know how much of.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you guys hear me? Oh my goodness. I apologize. Hello?
Hello, yes, Dr. Bancy, we can hear you. Proceed.
Bancy, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Peter and Haggee, can you hear me?
Yes, Keshi,
yes,
I can hear you personally.
Yeah, we can. Okay.
All right, so let me just go by really quick and maybe point out a few things. So I came to the US through a green card. Probably most of you know a thing or two about the green cards, and so which is pretty much a document that allows someone to work and live in the US permanently. So after several attempts of application through the DV, which is an application that is available to everyone and anyone, like worldwide, and it's more of a lottery. So I'm one person that honestly urges people to attempt to apply for this green card. Like we say, it's a lottery, so it can be anyone's luck. And I've tried to share over time the links when it's open, and I always encourage people, if you don't know how to do it, reach out to someone who can help you do it or who knows how to do it. You never know your luck. Keep trying. So that's pretty much about the green card for those who don't know. And if you have questions at the end, you can kind of pinpoint. I'm just kind of running through stuff like really quick. So every year we have application of the lottery available. So this year is gonna be the DV 2026. And I have I think I've attached a link, and Keshi can attach a link for anyone who wants to kind of read through it and see what a green card is and what pretty much it holds. So I'll go through really quick also some challenges of that are faced when you're a green card holder or when you're immigrant to a green card holder. And some of these that people don't talk about is a lack of a good host. So your host pretty much here will determine a lot for you. They can either lead you to success or failure, depending with who, like I say, who you're going through. For me, I was kind of lucky because I knew my aunties were here and they were already in the medical field and they were doing pretty good. So coming from a background back at home, which was more of business angled, I knew reaching here that I was gonna convert and or divert from business mind to more of a medical field mind, and that is what happened. I came here and joined nursing school, and from there I just kept going, and it's been ongoing for about 14 years. So it's taken me 14 years to kind of achieve my doctorate, and yeah, it's been hard work that has paid off over time. So others are like, definitely language barrier. You find we also have a lot of cultural differences, accommodation issues, because sometimes, like your host is quick to kind of, kick you out because life is not as easy as, like people pinpoint it out there. We could be living in the US, but, the bills are hefty. Everything is just hefty. And it's kind of tiring, or it becomes tiresome for your host to, to kind of keep you around. So it's really important for you to kind of get grips of a good base when you get here, because that determines a lot, and especially when you're immigrating here with your family, that is different. When you have either your wife or your husband, moving with you, and plus the kids, accommodation is tough. Accommodation is really, really tough. So the other one is you come here and you're from a different background and you're looking for a job. Then they're asking you for those job references that you don't have, because this is the first time in the US, is the first time you're immigrating. So they want you to have some kind of experience in a job, which again creates those barriers. So that's something else kind of you need to consider, and talk to people around you and see how they can help you with getting those job references. The other one is definitely is also financial constraints, because when you come from home, you're not coming here with enough funds to kind of sustain you, because we are, we all say like we are coming into the land of greener pastures. So we kind of tend not to prepare ourselves financially, or then you find that it's not what you thought it was. Like there's pretty much there's pretty much a lot to be admired and disadmired about just moving here. So that's another aspect that I would want people to also think about before moving here. Like have some adequate finances. Prepare yourself to kind of not have a job for maybe a couple of months as you try to settle down. What else? And then the other bigger one is medical. The other bigger one is the medical. Most places will not treat you until unless you have a medical insurance, and affording a medical insurance again is another big deal. So have that in mind, and I believe right now one of the requirements for you to, when you're applying a green card or when you're traveling to the US, they want to make sure that you have a sustainable resources in a way that if anything happens to you here, that you can take care of yourself, you can afford those medical bills. So just kind of also keep that in mind. Sorry, I'm just kind of skimming them through to see what else. And another thing that I also wanted to kind of share is when you're moving anywhere. This one I'm referencing it to the US because this is where I am. Make sure that you're coming in with all the documents you might need, including your academic transcripts, because what happens when you get here is that when you're enrolling for a course, they want to kind of convert our grades into the grades that meet the US market or the US requirements for the college applications. So you find that you forgot your living certificate, or you forgot, or maybe you have that big certificate, the KCSE, but you don't have the transcripts or something. So make sure that you have several of the transcripts in sealed envelopes, because again, they're not going to accept anything that is unsealed. They want you to seal, apart other than the living certificate, the big one. So for like the transcripts, make sure you have those several of them in sealed envelopes, so that when you're applying for these colleges, you can present to them something that in an envelope that is sealed. That way they don't think that you're kind of forging through or whatever. So another thing is let me see here about colleges. Look, when you're pursuing a course, look for a course that do a little bit of research and see what is marketable. Because some of the hitches I've found is that people coming here, and when they have opportunities to come here, and you find someone is pursuing a course like criminal justice, and you find along the way they get stuck with a course that they perform that is not going to help them in any form of way. So do a little bit of like of market analysis and kind of find out what you can do out there that is suitable, that will be also sustaining, because like I say, bills are hefty. Bills are very hefty. So and the minimum wage will not kick it at all. So just kind of also have bear that in mind. Let me see what else. So all right. So let me dive in on exploring, like, various opportunities of coming to the US. I know we are limited of time, so I'm just gonna go through them. So definitely education and academic opportunities. That is huge one. And you find mostly, if you're going for your master's or doctorate, or if you're coming in with a scholarship for research, most likely those are some of the things that I've seen people are able to kind of apply for visas successfully. And also try to ask, if you're applying for schools, try to ask them if they have like scholarship programs or grants, or what programs in particular they have that that will allow you to have that financial stability via all those options for especially being an international student, because the rates are different for international students versus when you're a resident or a or a citizen of the US. So just have that also in mind when you're applying for educational academic opportunities here in the US. There's also like employment based immigration jobs, which are like visas, which like H1B visas, which are more for like for like skilled workers. And when I say for like a skilled worker, you can be like a machinist. You can learn a skill or a trade that not so many people know how to, or that don't have a lot of people in the field. So have in mind that it is not only like education opportunities that are available out there. So even trade jobs, like carpentry, you can you can have like these air conditioning, whatever, like there are jobs out there, trade jobs that immigrants can have opportunities of exploring here in the US. And you can read more about like H-1B visas and find out more about like what they are for. The other one definitely is family-based immigration, where like someone kind of endorses you. If you have like a family member in the US, they can file an endorsement for you to move into the US. Pretty much like they focus mostly on like the immediate family. So brothers, sisters, mothers, or mothers, fathers, things like that. So the immediate family. And the other one I can say is definitely through, another one is through marriages. So yeah, and I'll leave it to that. So another one is also the entrepreneur one, like which is EB5 immigrant visa. And pretty much this is okay. Let me say this: I had a friend that had come here through a bank. So this was Family Bank. So Family Bank had arranged for them to come to the US to explore. So that's why I'm saying like there are those opportunities that we don't know out there, but still exist. I also didn't know like banks kind of arrange these business trips. And so this friend of mine was going to different countries, and they would visit places like like a supermarket to explore like what can they do or implement back there at home that will generate more revenue for them, that will kind of enhance the customer care, that will be money generating. So they will visit. So they visit things like supermarket, like farms, and so where else did they go? I'm trying to remember. So just remember also to check with your local bank to see if they have those kind of opportunities as well available. The other one that I had mentioned was the DV visa, which is a diversity visa, which is played every year, or people have an opportunity of applying for those green cards every year. Like I say, I've done that for several people. I've shared a link on the NBPS group. I've had a couple people reach out to me, to ask me how I've applied. I've also applied for several people, because what I do is, you send in your photos and your info, and if your husband, you have a wife, and you have legit documents, don't include your wife if you're not married, if you don't have if you don't have a genuine marriage certificate, because by the time the paperwork goes through and they want you to submit that marriage certificate, which you don't have, and you have to kind of now try to rush and get the marriage certificate, which don't even match up with the time that you applied for this green card. So they can kind of clearly see that you got married after you applied for this green card. So those are some of the mistakes that kind of people make, that don't realize that they deny them the opportunities of acquiring that visa. So make sure anything you're presenting, any information that you're going to be presenting, that you can back it up in one way or another with something that is genuine. So the other one is seeking some refugee status, which it has a lot. It's a long process, which involves lawyers and this and that, because you're kind of saying that you're not feeling free or safe in your country, and now you're kind of trying to seek refugee status in a different country, like in a country like US, because something has gone on or is going on with you back at home that you're fearful of. Then definitely exchange programs. I've seen people come in for either cultural events or educational educational exchange. So it's called like a J1 visa. So also, again, try to venture into colleges to see if they offer some of these opportunities. It's hard for me right now, because I haven't seen a website specifically that announces when these opportunities are present. So it's kind of hard to tell you that this check with this and this school, they're offering this and that. Pretty much sometimes is more of a person's effort. That's how I see it. Like, you have to put forth the effort to keep on, checking for all these opportunities and where they can be available. Yeah. Let me see what else. I think I've talked about J1 visa. So the other thing I would want to kind of throw out there a little bit is something we call the O1A visa, and pretty much this is this is a visa that anyone who feels like they have an extraordinary ability, they kind of they can apply for that to showcase what they have. And there are different ones. There's O1 class 1A, 1B, and then there's a 2. And I'm trying to think how to say this. So assuming you're very good at you're good in the tech world, the computer technology world, so you can definitely reach out to again, this is through some experience from some people that have come here. There's a person that have come here through being a tech, and they were able to be recruited by Google to do some stuff for Google. So and I'm not sure what I know they had done like computer science, but right now they actually employed through Google, and they were able to travel here with an OA1 visa for that reason. Then I know of a person that was in like a robotic world. He had ventured into like an innovation kind type, and he was also able to get an opportunity to kind of further that and do things. So anyone with special abilities, because that's why I say it, with special abilities, it can be anything, that you feel you reach out. And a good source to kind of reach out through is LinkedIn, and most people right now have LinkedIn. Ashamed to to inbox someone who is in the field that you are. Inbox them, let them know of what you're good in, what you can do. Ask for those chances. You like I say, you never know. You'd rather ask and someone tells you no, rather than not ask and miss out on the opportunity. So I would definitely, reach out, depending with which field you are. They would rather say no to you. I'm trying to see. Read also a little bit about the O1A visas and see, and see what they all contain, because they have they're all different. They're all different, and they're in different they're all in different fields. Then we also have like the employers. You can also get like employer sponsorship, which also requires the O visas. Like I say, you fill out the forms, and depending with also again with the showcasing of what you can do that is a little different from what they used to hear, you can get those opportunities of of migrating to kind of showcase what you have. Let me talk a little bit about planning of your relocation. Like when you're relocating, just be realistic. Know that the visas and the paperwork and everything takes time for the immigration to kind of go through. The processing time is also another thing in consideration. Also, you kind of need time to also arrange on your finances, because they're going to ask you for those bank statements, and so you kind of need a good time frame to start putting things together. So your paperwork, your budget, which includes, like the visa application fees and your travel fees and, accommodation costs, and initial living expenses, because you don't want to, you don't want to travel empty-handed, because again, they're not even going to allow you to travel empty-handed. They need to see that you can kind of take care of yourself before you kind of settle down. Also, the paperwork. Don't forget, like gather all the necessary documents, including your passport, your academic transcripts. All those are really important, because when you get here, that's when you kind of realize, oh, I forgot to ask my school to do this and this, and now you have to kind of try to go through FedEx or DHL to have someone go to your school and look for those documents that you left behind. So kind of start planning way ahead, especially because at that time you kind of know you want to look for a country to migrate to. Also, choose a country. Choose a country that that is going to be compatible with you or with the ones you're bringing with your wife, your kids. Read a little bit about, like, like what immigration life is, or ask someone that reach out to, to diaspora people, and they'll be able to kind of explain to you, tell you the pros and cons of moving somewhere. For me, I'm just frank, because this is not, it's not a land of, a land of honey, like people say. Like, you really have to work hard. You really, really have to work hard. It's just what it is. But the jobs are there, the opportunities are there. You just have to look for a good opportunities that kind of a good opportunity that kind of works out for you. Also, when you're going for those interviews, for the visa interview, familiarize yourself with kind of interview questions. Practice your response. Ensure all your documents are kind of organized and accessible. Also, in terms of presentation, dress professional. Demonstrate, kind of, you have a genuine intention of moving to whatever country you're moving to, and also kind of provide honest answers. Be as honest as you can be, during those interviews, because what you do is you might say something, and then along the way they find that you didn't say just one thing. You kind of said it the wrong way, or you gave the wrong information, and that kind of, that fails you. That fails you. Let's see what else. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I think I talked about scholarship. I talked about education opportunities. Like, make sure whatever if you get that opportunity of coming, just make sure you kind of look for something that honestly will reward you and award you for your efforts. And then when you're also relocating with your family, there's some potential challenges that you'll encounter along the way, because schooling is different. Like, our schooling is different from the schooling here, so that is also something you kind of have to put in mind, especially when you're moving here with your spouse and your young kids. Before they kind of get used to the system is a little bit of challenge, but they kind of get caught up quick. Also, look for some support network. Whichever country you move, just look for some support network, because they'll kind of tell you where to go for stuff before you kind of get settled. And it can also be, you can also kind of get homesick, and that's the truth, because you're coming here. Definitely, there's that language barrier, there's those cultural differences. You find there are a lot of rules that you have to follow that you quite don't know yet. So have kind of someone, sit down with you and explain a few things here and there. I'm still kind of going through. So I know someone had asked that, apart from like, apart from the healthcare, like, what else can bring someone, or can have the potential of people exploring out of the country. And like I say, the most I've seen is anyone in the STEM, which, the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics background. Definitely the opportunities are found to be plenty. Healthcare, definitely anyone in the medical field, those ones, I think there's always a high demand for doctors, pharmacists, medical techs, nurses, all that. The other one is also in the hospitality and tourism. I'm not so familiar with that, but I know there are opportunities also in that in the field. The other one is education, like when it comes to like teaching, you find the opportunities for teachers and professors, and to come here, and mostly when you're advancing, you find you have open opportunities to kind of teach as you advance. Like I see, like for me, being on the having achieved a doctorate, so I have that opportunity of kind of teaching, so I can teach. I can teach my juniors, which is kind of pretty cool, because I can work that, I can do that as a part-time job, or I can do some of these jobs online. Let me see. I'm trying to see what else, what I've not touched. I'm so sorry, guys, because I had technical issues and I couldn't figure things out on time. And then let me just kind of go through a little bit of like a summary of like some of the hitches that we kind of have when we are applying for these when you're applying for any for travel to especially to the US. This one, make sure you're reviewing your application. I cannot emphasize enough, any information you put down, be it the date, they allow you to, you can look on, make sure you have a printout of the paperwork that you do. You'd rather go back to revisit a date that you cannot remember when something happened, rather than it coming from your head because you had put it down on your like initial application. Just have accurate and very consistent information that aligns with your document. Those are some of, just the real stuff that kind of make us not go through when it comes to the visa. And then also make sure you have adequate knowledge of depending with the category of visa you're applying. Sorry, I apologize. So depending on the category of the visa that you're applying for, make sure you've kind of read through it, be it a tourist visa, be it a student's visa. Know the requirements, know the restrictions, read through it so that you're kind of familiar. I think I talked about practicing some of the interview questions. Know your itinerary, know the person that you're going to stay with, know a little bit of their information, because they're going to ask you about all that, about the person you're staying with, what they do, and how you kind of plan to sustain yourself financially. Just stay calm and confident. I always say, if it's coming directly from your heart, and you have everything compiled together, then you should be as confident as it should be. And also, just kind of speak clearly, respectively. And be patient as well. The visa process takes a while. It takes a while for kind of everything to go through, and make sure you're kind of following through. Don't get tired of following through. Continue showing that interest, that interest that you have to attain that, and then let me see. Guys, what questions do you have for me? Was like, Kashi.
Hello. Hi,
Yes.
Hi, Bancy. This is
Hello.
Betty.
Yeah.
So hi everyone. This is Betty, class of '99.
Yes.
I had to take over because
Dr.
Keshi is having
Bancy
connection.
and
What questions do you guys have? Because I can talk and talk and talk all, and I know I'm late, and I don't wanna prolong this as much as it needs to be. Maybe, and I know most people have kind of gone through the internet. They've they know, they've read a little bit of what it takes to kind of explore anywhere else, not only in the US, maybe in Canada, maybe wherever. Maybe I can take questions, and from there I can answer the questions, and yeah.
Okay. Dr. Bancy, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. So thank you very much for your presentation. That was quite insightful. I'd like to apologize to Peter. I think we cut him off earlier. Keshi could not hear him. I have a question for him. I don't know whether he's still online. Because Peter, are you here? Okay. As we wait for Peter to come back, I'm checking the. Okay. Oh, Peter is here. Welcome back, Peter. I'm so sorry. We cut you off earlier. I have a question for you from someone.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Someone posted a question and asked, Peter, kindly share the link for the application for the military jobs in the UK. So do you have any information that you can share with the viewers on how, maybe someone is interested on how to join? What can you share? Please go ahead.
Information is all online. Nowadays, the application is online, so they don't post out. So if you Google British Army or British Army, Royal Navy, or Royal Air Force, Commonwealth applications on Google, it will come up with a portal, for the relevant service that you want to join, and you can register, and you'll be able to start your application that way, and where the recruiting team will engage with you. The link is open anyway. So what happens is they open the application windows, so it's demand, so it's when they're open, and sometimes they just post them, throughout the year. So I can't tell you now it's open or not, but if you register, they'll keep in touch with you, and they'll communicate through email and tell you if there's jobs or certain positions that are open for applications.
Okay,
hope that answers your question. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. I hope, Ngatia, that answers your question. Just one more question for you. Does it have any age limit, or can someone who is 40 years old apply? Does it have any it's good to know. Does it have any age limit?
Yes, there is certain age limits. Again, the age limits will be online. So it's different for different services. I think for Army, it used to be 32. I think it's been raised to 35, if I'm not wrong. Navy, I think it's something like 39. So they take later ages. So, and most people go for Royal Navy applications because they're quite straightforward, and there's a lot of also jobs that are available.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe you can send me the link or send to Keshi, or
yep.
Yeah, and then we're going to post it on the comment section.
I will do. Yeah, I'll find the link.
All
and
right.
I'm not on the laptop, so that's why I can't also shoot the link on YouTube.
Okay,
I'll send
thank
it.
you.
I'll send it.
All right, thank you very much for that, Peter. And Bancy, we are giving you time to take a glass of water. I know that was very, that took, you've been talking for a long time. We're giving you time to take a glass of water. So I have a question for Haggee from the comment section. Give me just a second, Haggee. Just a second. Hold on. Okay, just a moment. All right, as I look for the question, Dr. Bancy, I have you can be maybe thinking about this. Someone is asking, I think the photo is what, okay, so sorry. About the green card, some of us have applied several times and no luck. So what's the trick? Some say there is a specific photo studio that to know how to take. I think she's just asking about the photo dimensions that they ask for. So she's asking, what's the trick in applying for? Yeah. So go ahead, maybe answer that as I look for Haggie's question. Thank you.
So the trick is, make sure you follow the dimensions. The dimensions are specified in there. So the background should be white, the dimensions are there. So don't go for someone, or don't take a selfie and then try to, like on, with a white background. So we fell on very technical issues, or maybe you had taken a photo last year and you want to use it this year. So they are very specific on, like, your photo has to be current within certain months, make sure you're spacing. If you follow, I'm telling you, if you keep following the same, the specifications that they have for the applications, it's not a guarantee. Green card is not a guarantee. It's just, like playing sport pesa or, any other lottery back at home, But you never know when it's your luck. That is what I say. Keep trying. You don't, I mean, some of us did not just get it with the first time. It was a factor of trying so many times. But like I say, for me, so there's a place that usually, like when you're doing the application, it will ask you, it kind of asks you for some info. Oh my God, I'm trying to remember the exact question, which is, and usually I take that responsibility for anyone who's forwarding their info. I take, like I say, I'm the person that is going to either sponsor someone or kind of hold you. I'm not telling everybody to apply, to kind of contact me on the forum, because it's gonna be hefty. It's a hefty job, but if you're stuck somewhere, let me know. It's doable, let me know. Please make sure you go for a professional photo. Follow the specifications. That is the thing. Follow the specifications. And you might find there are people that are, especially like in Nairobi, that have filled in the forms for a while. See those, and also in at the, oh God, Sarit Center. There are people that know how to take the green, not only Sarit Center, there are people that know how to take a green card. If you tell them it's a green card passport, they know how to take this. So just please, and I can't emphasize this enough, I have seen people that have gone through the whole process. They've been accepted for the application, so they needed to submit the second part of the green card, because it's kind of a longer process. But you find the information, they skipped something, or something is not adding, or maybe even the names. So just be careful. We fail on very technical issues. Photo, especially the photo. Yeah, that part of the photo, Yeah, I cannot emphasize enough. It's really, really important just to follow the specification. Everything is online, like my friend is saying there. Everything is online. If you read, follow, and do what they say, most likely there's a likelihood, there's a good chance, a high percentage that you might be on the right track to achieving what you want to achieve, but it's not a guarantee. I can't. It's not a guarantee. You might keep trying for years and years without luck. But I'm just saying, try. It's worth trying.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Bancy. And just a quick one: if someone is going for a visa interview, are you available maybe on phone? Maybe they can say chat you, and maybe you can take them through the whole visa process. And this is also to Haggee and to Peter. If someone can reach out to you, are you are you available to take someone through that process? Be prepared. Are you? It's okay if you say no. We understand you're busy people. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm available. I'm just, I mean, my number is on the NPBS. Yeah, I'm available. Definitely, I can definitely, think of a few questions, and we can go through, through preparation on, like what is adequate and what to do and what not to do and stuff like that, and and we can, I can be available. In short, I can be available.
Thank you very much for that. So, Haggee, there's a question for you. When applying for a visit visa, what are the most viable reasons you can give for a visit?
Okay, Betty, thank you for that. Okay, fine. Now, when you're applying, sorry. Now, when you're applying for a visit visa, what are the most variable reasons you can give for a visit? Number one, the quickest reason or the givest answer is if you have a relative. Personally, I have relatives, I've got uncles, I've got aunties from the States, and that's what takes me back to the States, because when I'm going for a vacation, it comes that I am going to pay them a visit, and they totally have got no problem with that. And therefore, that means that when you are going to apply for a visa via the US Embassy, for example, you must have an invitation letter that shows them that it's so and so is inviting you over. You get what I'm saying? So it's something that if somebody is there, it's very, very automatic. So it's just going to draft a letter, the email address, for example, the last time I was in Colorado Springs, my uncle was staying at the Honey Drive, and the details and the workplace of your uncle has to be there. This is because you must prove to the American embassy that when you go to the States, you are not going to get stranded, because people go there, turn out to be stranded because people have got this bad mentality that States is heaven, States is everything. No. Personally, I've been to the States. I've seen people there get stranded. I've seen Kenyans who are even willing to go back. The jet lag, the time differences, the homesick and everything. I was even telling my friends that I've ever seen, sorry to say this, but I've seen a white who is also a street boy, Chokora mwenye ni mzungu. I've seen. So the US is not everything, and you must prove to them that you're not a refugee and you're not going there to suffer. That's number one if you have a relative. Number two, if you don't have a relative, then you're just going to make a visit. Another reason that you can say is that you're just going to enjoy the snow mountains, because I was traveling to Chicago on the winter, and I was going to enjoy the snow. In as much as I had relatives who invited me over, I had to tell them I'm just going to enjoy the snow. I've never seen snow. And at the embassy, those people are very, very, they're very, very intimidating. They will ask you, do you know snow? What is? Have you ever seen snow? Why are you not in school? You want to travel? Are you sure that you're going to come back? So that means you must have a letter and your return ticket, because when you are going to the embassy, you must show them you have a return ticket. And for the US, for example, somebody was asking me how long did it take for my visa to come out. Well, I was going for a 2 months vacation. They gave me a 5 years visa. And they told me, you know what, Haggee, you're traveling alone, you're a kid, then that means your parents trust you and you are granting you your visa immediately. And I was given there and I had to collect it for 1 week. So But if you are going there because if you are going there, another reason, if you are going there and you don't have a relative, you must show them that if you go there, you are not going to suffer. That means you have to show them your M-Pesa statement,
Just a
your
moment,
bank, your payslip.
Peggy.
Okay.
Peggy, just a
Yes.
moment. Sorry for cutting you short. There's a question
Yes.
that has just popped up. Maybe you can answer together with this because it's related to what you're talking about right now. Plus, I had ulisema you have family there. You might be denied because unaweza enda huko Ukemboi. I think Ukemboi is to run, you know, is to run. Yeah, Ukemboi. Ni myth ama it's true. So maybe you, when you're answering that, you can also answer together with this question.
Okay, let me first, what does Ukemboi mean?
Ukemboi is when you have a visa, you go to the US, maybe your visa is for 4 months. Then after the 4th month, you decide you're not coming back, you're running away, and you decide maybe to relocate permanently and make money off the table without the government ever knowing that you're there. I think that's it. Bancy?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me tell.
Yeah.
let me tell you what that is what people think that, oh, you know, yeah, I'll go there and, you know, make the over the table money. Let me tell you what.
Yeah.
It's different, it's difficult. Without the papers, you know, no one should lie to you that that you're going to migrate to whichever. I'm not sure about UK, but I'll tell you about US because I've seen people make that mistake of, like, you know, yeah, I'm gonna go in with a visitor's visa and, you know, and not come back, and then people end up struggling. It's not even funny. They struggle so hard in a way that, I mean, unapata wanaishi kwa streets. I mean, it becomes that rough. Mtu hana food, una place ya kwenda, like you have nothing. Mpaka una regret, unashindwa nini mtu alileta. And, you know, and like my friend said earlier, don't just, I mean, be very honest. When you're honest, they want you to be very honest as to the reasons why. Another thing, okay, I've invited people personally, like for like when I was graduating with my doctorate, I had a couple of people come from Kenya, and a good number of them were denied visas. Why? Because some of them rushed to apply, you know, last minute to kind of look for appointments. So, and they will ask you things like, do you have when are you booking your tickets to go? Do you know, they want to see that you have researched, like, what kind of a flight, you know, like how much the flight costs. So there are little things that kind of get you caught up that you don't
Plus your
even
return
realize.
ticket.
Yes. So they want you to kind of have research in a way that if they award you that visa, they know that you've done your homework as well. How you're gonna go, how much it's gonna cost, you know, to go and return back, how long you're gonna take when you're there, who you're gonna be staying with, how many places do you even intend to visit, you know, like and you know, they want to see how prepared you are also for the trip. So it's not just a matter of someone has written an invitation letter for you. It's also about what comes with it.
Okay. Oh,
can I add on to that finance, please?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah. There's a few observations that I've seen. You know, people getting denied visas. One of them was statement. You know, so
yes,
they were applying to come to UK, and then all of a sudden, you know, their statement hasn't got money, and then all of a sudden they got money, and they got denied for that reason.
Yes,
but that you can apply for appeal for that one, because what they think, you know, they want to see the inflow income, you know, going in and out. But then, you know, when we applied for the appeal, it got accepted, because you have to be able to give them answer. You know, the reason why obviously this money has appeared is because I sold a piece of land or whatever. You know, because obviously Kenyans, you know, we do keep our assets, you know, in terms of land or investment. But if they weren't able to give that explanation, they had been denied a visa. So anyway, that's another one. So if you're planning to, obviously, you need to be able to show the income. Yeah, this is my salary. Also I got this one. It came from a plot of land I've sold, or you have to justify that, because they'll ask for how much money have you got, to sustain you for the period that you're applying for.
Okay. Thank you very much, Peter. And Dr. Bancy, I think my invitation got lost in the mail.
Let me tell you, man.
I think my invitation got lost in the mail, but it's all good. It's all good. Oh, there's another question here. When going to the US via student visa, what are the common questions to revise before heading to the embassy? A friend was denied a visa because a certain question, which was alama ya dukuduku. So maybe you can shed more light on that.
So let me say this. First of all, know why you're applying, because one of the things they like to ask people is that they want to know if the course is available in Kenya, and they want to see how well you've also researched yourself in that field. Like, okay, assuming if you can't say like, I want to go pursue a business course, because they're going to ask you, so what is wrong with you pursuing the business course in Kenya? What is lacking? So you must have something additional that you have researched about the Kenyan colleges that you feel is not in Kenya, is maybe in the States or whatever, maybe probably like job opportunities, internships, more exploration for like in terms of like business ventures. So kind of look things up depending with the field you're applying for. Again, there are plenty of resources out there that you can always reference to that are credible, not just anybody saying whatever they want to say. Look for credible resources online that will enable you to seem knowledgeable, be knowledgeable in the field that you're applying for. That is what I say. Like you can't answer questions appropriately when you have not honestly researched on your kind of field. So be familiar with it. And like I said, be prepared. Let them know you have also looked into the syllabus for that for the course that you're applying for. You've looked into that. You have seem enlightened in what is going on with that course, and you have noted the difference between the courses here and the courses here, because the courses in Kenya are lacking A, B, or C, but you have noted that the courses in the US or whatever you're applying for has this additional whatever. That's why you find it kind of appealing for you to go and study and study out of the country. Another thing is definitely the resources. Resources is a big deal, because they want you to be able to afford probably a couple of semesters. Like the bank statement you have can kind of show you have that kind of money to be able to afford schooling in the US. So finances is a big deal, like a big deal. So don't apply for anything without, check and see how much is the semester they are costing. And then don't only have money enough to cover that semester. Have a bank statement that kind of says, you can even, you're kind of sustainable for the next, even for like a whole year. You can be able to pay for a whole year. Another thing, ask for a friend or family. Let them be your sponsor as well. They can also give you their bank statement, so you don't have to like be the person with that kind of money. You can ask a friend for a bank statement, as long as they kind of they're kind of your sponsor for the trip. Have some money, but also have someone else, like you can have your own bank statement, but also have someone else bank statement to kind of put a little bit more a little bit of force to say that you also have this kind of backup from this family friend or this friend that will also kind of see you through whatever. So I think those are kind of my main ones. That is what kind of fails a lot of people. And the other one is accommodation. Make sure you have looked up accommodation. You've gotten all the documents relevant from your host to say that they're going to host you. Have their banks, this is what we call here, we call them W2s. And what a W2 is pretty much is like how much money I make per year. So have your sponsor here in the US, whoever is going to be hosting you, have them give you that that financial statement saying that they can be able to host you. What else? W2s, definitely the financial statements. And I've also been seeing something else that that they ask a lot nowadays is also about like some sort of like health insurance, and they want you to either have some adequate finances that in case you get sick in the US, what can you do? Like, you need to have some, like I say, if your bank statement is good, then you're okay, you're on the safe side.
Yeah.
But if it's kind of shaky, I'm telling you, it's not going to go through. It's not going to go through.
Okay. So thank you very much, Bancy. I think we need to wrap up. I'm so sorry to the viewers. I think we started very late, so we were not able to keep time as promised. So we need to wrap up, and I think we can give you an opportunity to give a parting shot to each and every one of you. I think let me start with Haggee, a parting shot, and yeah, just anything. Just tell us something.
Okay, thank you, Betty, for giving me this opportunity. So basically, to everyone who is willing to tour to the States, that's the best place you can be. And to my Gen Z, to my age mates, I've been to the States, but I'm not in Harvard University. I'm not in Oxford University. I'm in Maseno University. I think that should pass a message.
Inspiration,
You
yes.
just go, yeah, it's a message I'm passing. So you go there, have fun, and come back. And if you tell those people at the embassy you're just going for a visit and you come back, definitely you have a good rapport with the American embassy. So next time when you want a green card, when you want a permanent residence like the one for Dr. Bancy, they are going to give you without having a second thought, because you made a promise and you fulfill the promise, and therefore you are a good person. The last one, just have confidence. They will try and mock you. Racism is there, especially with the old Christians. Racism is there. You have to deal with that. And you just be confident. Don't show people that you're intimidated, because if you are intimidated, they are going to deny you your visa and they are going to take advantage of you. But here's the thing. I just want to finish by saying this. Life in the US is good, but it's not the end of everything. Baki kwako, baki Kenya. Ukitaka kuenda enda, lakini usisahau Kenya. Kenya is always your best country. US is not everything. Otherwise, thank you for this opportunity. For me, I can share my contact with Betty. I think you can give out my number.
Yes.
When you want to prepare for the visa, the kind of questions, how you're supposed to present yourself, I have no problem with that. So you can call me anytime, even 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I will still answer your phone. I'm still a youth. Actually, thank you for this opportunity, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Haggee. You had at 1 a.m. you can call. He's not married, clearly. Yeah. So anyway, let's give this opportunity to Peter to give us his parting shot and just something.
Thank you very much, Betty. Again, thank you for inviting me. It was a lastminute.com, but yeah, have some insights, but if you feel free, anyone, to reach out to me, in case you need any guidance, with the application. The military is still taking. It's a career anyway. At the end of the day, I was only signing up, to do 4 years, but I've done 17 years, so it is a lifetime career, and it's a chance to travel the world. So if you do feel, I'll share the link on the group for Commonwealth application. And if you get stuck anywhere, my number is there. Just reach out to me, and I'll assist as much as I can. Again,
Okay.
Thank you for that.
All right. I'm so sorry. I hope I did not cut you short. Okay. Thank you very much, Peter. And we look forward to having all of you, even in our future alumni events. And yeah, let's give this opportunity to Dr. Bancy to give us her parting shot.
So I think for me, my parting shot is one, to not give up, keep trying and trying and trying. The opportunities are endless out there. So just have in mind and be prepared for both challenges and rewards when you're thinking of which country to migrate to. Kind of maintain a positive attitude, seek support when needed. Don't feel like don't feel or think that you kind of know it all. Ask people who have been there, because they'll tell you the truth, of what happens on the other side on the ground. Because people have, especially like for green card, people have a lot of misconception that when you come to the US with a green card, you come, they get you a house, they give you some money to live on. All these are misconceptions.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that. So if you're not sure of something, please seek out to people who have been there, to people who have gone through the process, and definitely they will they will give you the ins and out of something before you kind of go in full force. And because relocating abroad requires, it requires some careful planning, research, preparation, but it is a very enriching experience. There's a lot to explore, there's a lot to achieve, and I personally had challenges, like getting to where I am, because coming from a different background, having an accent, I was very disadvantaged at so many levels. But I had to prove myself, and I had to prove to them that that I can do it. It doesn't matter if I have an accent or whatever, but it is what is in my mind and what I can deliver, what I can achieve. What the expectations were, and I checked every box that they required. So there's a lot of discrimination, I'll tell you that, especially when you're pursuing the higher ups. There's a lot of discrimination, but you have to kind of keep proving yourself and keep working hard, because what I say is what you have gained and what you have achieved, no one can take that away from you. Because so many people try and don't make it to where I am, but the fact that I've achieved and I have a title, that kind of puts me at an advantage that other people don't, because of the education I've achieved so far. So don't give up. Sky is the limit. Sky is the limit. And again, follow the steps and outline of of everything that you're applying. If if you're looking for opportunities at the UK, again, contact the people who are there. They'll guide you on a few things, on like where you're having or you're facing potential challenges. They can help you to kind of navigate a few things of here and there. Yeah. And man, keep trying, and like I say, I think I provided a link for the DV lottery. I want people to try. I'll give it my all to for people that are unable to to go through the process. I'm here, yeah, we can do this. We can do this.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Bancy. And I think Prudence is online. Prudence, do you have anything to share? A parting shot, please. Is your connection okay now? Prudence? Okay. Kashi, is there anything you'd like to say?
Well, today, Leo, my connection was horrible from the beginning, but thanks so much, Betty, for coming through. Thank you, Dr. Bancy. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Haggee. You guys were amazing. And I'm sure I've seen that we've been requested to do part 2. So we'll see how to curate that one, because we've sort of touched all around how to immigrate and different aspects of visas and how to prepare yourself for the visa interview. So we'll see what to curate specifically, especially for people who want to travel for school, or people who want to travel for holiday, or people who want to join the military in the UK. And I know we have a very big alumni community in diaspora, not just in the US and the UK. We have a lot of people in Australia, in Canada, in Europe, even other African countries. So I call upon you to just help us also to share insights. Let's learn from each other. That's why we have this alumni community, so that we can learn from each other. So I call upon you all to join us as when we do a call out, just participate. And I really appreciate our panelists for sharing your wisdom. Thank you, Peter, for coming last minute. I know we just reached out to you this afternoon, and you've been so patient and you've shared very good insights. So I hope anyone who's interested to go to the UK and join the military there, you've learned something from him, and everyone is available so to share more information. And thank you also for the parting shot. Thank you to the audience. I'll just read a few comments that I'm seeing from Dr. Bidan, who's one of our doctorates in the alumni. He says, the choice of the panelist was deserved. Kudos. Kate Kangao says, this is such an inspiring conversation. Definitely looking forward to part 2. So guys, be prepared for part 2. And Dr. Bancy, ulisahau research cruise ship jobs. Hoping you will enlighten us if we have part 2. Definitely, Ngatia. Actually, we can even get an alumni who's
niliweka link
in cruise ships. Or maybe Bancy, you want to say something on that?
Yeah, niliweka link. I think most of what I was seeing, there's a link, there's a credible link that I
Okay, so I said I'll share. Sorry, go ahead.
My bad. Yeah, there's a credible link that I posted over there, and most of the jobs were more on like on the hospitality side. Hello, can you hear me?
Okay.
Dr. Bancy, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear
okay.
you. I still have connection issues, so.
Yeah, so I'm going to research on that a little bit more, and a few more on the next on the next meeting that we have.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Bancy. I think she is having a problem with her connection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We need to wrap this up. Thank you very, very much for availing yourselves. I know all of you are very busy people, but you made time for us, and we don't take it lightly. Thank you very much. We are going to invite you for a part 2. I think it will be more of and it will be a very engaging session where we'll answer a lot of questions, because I'm sure people have a lot of questions to ask about about moving to other countries, relocation. Yeah. So thank you very much. Okay, and we need to go. Asanteni sana alumni and friends of alumni. Thank you very much for tuning in. And until next time, Oh, we have our alumni day on the 23rd. We are launching our digital library. And yeah, I know Dr. Bancy will be
I'm coming.
around.
I'm coming.
I read on page 6. I read on page 6 that you'll be available.
Yes.
So we can't wait to have you. Yeah,
I'm coming.
we are very excited. And yeah, the rest of you, I also hope, Peter, you can make it. I know Haggee will be around. So yeah, thank you very much. And we look forward to having another insightful and engaging session with you guys. Asanteni sana. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
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 Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.